Hey, what's going on, everybody? In this video, we're going to be doing my first ever book haul and take a look at all the books that I acquired in the month of January. Alright, so let's start with the two nonfiction books that I got this month. And the first one is 1170 BC, The Year Civilization Collapsed by Eric Klein. I've already done a book review of this, and I'll put that in the information below. Don't get too excited. That was my first video, and it was even worse than these ones. So don't put too much stock in that. Thought it was okay, but definitely was kind of not satisfactory with its thesis. Next is The Sea Wolves, A History of the Vikings by Lars Brownworth. And I discovered this book through I know some of the podcasts that he has done, most importantly, the Norman Centuries podcast. And I'm probably going to be doing a Norseman and Viking kick sometime in the near future, so I'm going to stock up on some Viking books. Now we'll go to my fantasy books. Technically, I didn't get the complete Chronicles of Conan this month. It was actually a gift from quite a while ago, but it was literally my only fantasy book on my library for a long time, so I just felt I should include it. Next up is Half a King by Joe Abercrombie, and a review of that is going to be down below as well. Next up is Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames, and likewise, I've done a review of that one, and the information will be down below. Next up is Malice by John Gwynne. I haven't started it yet, and I basically know nothing about it, but I thought the cover looked really cool and it was on sale, so I picked it up. Next up is Black Sun Rising by C.S. Friedman, and that's the first book in the Cold Fire trilogy, and a review will be forthcoming on that book. Next up is When True Night Falls, and that is the second book in the Cold Fire trilogy, and I'm definitely looking forward to reading that. And the last book in the Cold Fire trilogy, Crown of Shadows. Obviously, I picked all three of those up at the same time. Next, we have Sins of Empire by Brian McClellan. I love this book. It's my first 5-star review book, and the video will probably be forthcoming pretty soon. Next up, we're going to have the Riddlemaster trilogy, and the first book of that is The Riddlemaster of Head, and this is written by Patricia McKillop, and this is pretty up close on my TBR list. The next book in the trilogy is Heir of Sea and Fire, and the last is Harpist in the Wind, and this one is also a first edition. I also picked up the first omnibus book of the Black Company, and I believe there's 4 of them, and together they comprise the 10 books of the Black Company by Glenn Cook. Also, a review will be forthcoming on the first volume in the series. Because I love the Black Company, I picked up the Grimm Company because I thought it would be kind of in the similar vein as the Black Company. I have finished it, and a review will be forthcoming, and it was nothing like the Black Company, to be honest, so I was kind of a little disappointed, but that was my own fault for not looking into the reviews first. And last, but certainly not least, is Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I'm about 50 pages in, and I'm liking it so far, and this book in particular, and Robin Hobb and this book in particular has been recommended to me so many times that I decided I need to pick it up and read it. And there we have it, my first BookTube book haul. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And remember, read victoriously.